This truck here is one that's pretty special to me. It's the one that started it all. My great uncle owned this truck originally, and due to his age and getting Alzheimer's, I had to let the truck go. So I ended up purchasing it off my great aunt and put some time into it, and this is the one that kind of kick-started my love for old pickups. It's a '69 F250. It was set up for a snow plow. Used it as a snow plowing rig as kind of his later years of his life. And the snow plow frame is welded to the frame, otherwise I would have unbolted it by now. So I'll have to cut it off so it'd be a little bit more involved. So she stayed there. But this truck was bought brand new by my great uncle in '69. And I'll have to figure out a way to maybe climb up there. But he was a school teacher. He taught metal shop, and it still has his staff parking decal in the center of the windshield. But everybody around here that went to school or lived in this area pretty much knew this truck. It has a very distinct sound. Not many of these trucks around here in central Pennsylvania anymore. Some point in time, it lost the letter D at a Ford, so my friend gave me another one when I was on one of my Washington trips, and I put it in my backpack. And it wasn't until I realized when I got deployment over there in the desert, realized that that D had followed me in that backpack the whole way to the desert, which followed me the whole way back to North Dakota. It's been to, I think, Pennsylvania, it's been to Georgia, and now back here in Pennsylvania. So that letter D there has got a lot of miles on it, but I just need the little clips to be able to go ahead and put it in there and have my letter D back. This is a 360 truck with a 4-speed, 4-wheel drive obviously. It's had some work done to it over the years for rust. Obviously the fenders need a little bit of help. I do have replacement fenders for it. Replacement fenders, and I do have a replacement bed. This bed floor has been replaced. He put in a 1/8" steel sheet in the bed here. The tailgate's kind of barely hanging on by a thread. I got the ratchet strap in there to hold the tailgate. Done some work to the wiring on this one as well. Got all the lights working. Good running truck. I would like to keep, when I restore it, keep the original interior if I can, as much of it I can. These doors have to be some of my favorite truck doors. They open and close so nice. That sound, love that sound. This is a 290,000 mile truck. I'm at 291.7 on it now. On its 4th engine. Original transmission as far as I know. Nothing's been done to the transmission. It had a Spark-O-Matic AM/FM cassette in it, which didn't work when I got the truck. I purchased another one off of eBay and put it in there for sentimental sake, and it didn't last very long before it ate one of my Hank Williams cassettes. So that Spark-O-Matic came out, and I've been putting in these Pioneers and all my old pickups, and they've done great for playing cassettes, and they have good radios too. This is set up for 2 tanks, and he's got the switch here with R and EF scribed into the dash. The floor pans have been replaced once already. If you look under the mats, yeah, these are starting to rust through again. But yeah, the floor pans have already been replaced once. Got a bunch of oil leaks and various different things, but it's an old pickup, so it's going to have them. This would be one of those projects that when I have the time to dedicate to it, I'd like to strip it down and restore it, bring it back to its former glory. but that is someday in the future. Nothing to note under the hood, just a typical 360. This is a power steering truck, not a manual steering. And it always had kind of a, I don't know how to describe it, a jalopy sound to it. Kind of ran rough and choppy. And I had trouble with the carburetor sometimes. That it would run really fast at idle, and then sometimes it would be way too slow. So I put a Holley carb on it, Holley 2-barrel, and put electronic ignition in it. And this truck has never run so smooth, ever. And it runs consistently now. I never have to worry about how it's going to start, how it's going to run. It just runs so good. I got, actually pulling up here, the throttle linkage came disconnected, so I don't have anything more than an idle. But usually starts right up as soon as I hit the key, but I limped it up over the hill at idle, so I think it needs to good bump in the RPMs, clear everything out, then start right up. Got a manifold leak on this side. Yeah, that's running a little rough, but needs to clear her throat. Guess maybe I'll stop the video here and do that. There's no fan shroud around the fan, so I don't like to be working underneath the hood with that open fan, just in case something would happen and get sucked in the fan. That would not be a good endeavor for me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fix that throttle linkage and come right back. Alright, now let's see how she does. This truck, I guess some respect out of my uncle, I've named this from Uncle Bill, and hijacked my grandmother's embroidery sewing machine. And get in front of it a little better here. In the saddle cloth seat cover, I got Uncle Bill embroidered in here. So this truck is forever going to be known as Uncle Bill.